Alright, anybody who ever said that only movie trilogies are good is a moron. This is proof that game trilogies can also be good. Batman Arkham Knight. So Batman Arkham Knight is the concluding chapter in Rocksteady's Batman Arkham trilogy. It's the fourth game in the Batman Arkham series because Batman Arkham Origins was actually a prequel, just clearing that up in case anybody didn't know that. And Batman Arkham Knight takes place 9 months after the conclusion of Batman Arkham City, and the Joker is dead, and his memory is messing with Batman's mind. Batman can't come to terms with the fact that he actually kinda killed the Joker, and the fact that these two shared a weird bond together. However, thanks to the Joker being dead, crime rates in Gotham City have plummeted. They've gone down. But on Halloween, Scarecrow enters the city and he plans to unleash his new fear toxin and plants bombs around Gotham City, so that leads to the evacuation of 6 million people, and now the cops and Batman have to fight the supervillains and the criminals that remain on Gotham City. It's pretty much a team of Batman, his allies, Jim Gordon, and GCPD against the supervillains. It makes for a pretty awesome game. I don't think it's as good as Arkham City, but it's still really fun to play. And it really starts with the combat, the fighting in the game. It wasn't really, modified at all with Arkham Origins because Arkham Origins wasn't done by Rocksteady. I think Rocksteady was really waiting to put a Batman game on next-gen consoles. But they modified the combat in this game, like the multi-fear takedown. That thing works like a charm. It is so much better. You can just pop up from a grate and hit X and, do a multi-fear takedown, and you hit that guy, then you use the right thumbstick to select the next guy, and you hit him, and then you use the right thumbstick to select the next guy, and you hit him. I think you can do it like 3 or 4 times in a row, and it works well. It was really well implemented. Another thing that I really like that they really implemented is you can now use the environment to take down the thugs. Like if there's like an electricity wall or something, you can hit like X and Batman, or I think it's like a combo of X and A if you're playing Xbox. It's a combo of X and A, and Batman can just hit the guy into an electric wall and he'll get electrocuted and he'll get knocked out. And then there's another one where Batman can like run up the guy, and like if there's a chandelier, he can cut the chandelier down and it'll fall on the dude. That was pretty cool. Other than that, the combat when you're Batman is pretty much the same. I mean, why break it if it's not broken? Just keep it the same. There is an aspect of this game that is just thoroughly engrossing. It had me on the edge of my seat. I didn't know where they were going with it, and where they went with it was really well done. And no, it is not the Joker. The Joker is not in this game. He is not alive. He is not voiced by Mark Hamill. He is not alive in this game. But they did it in a way where I was like, that was pretty freaking cool. And the end of this game, it led into the end of this game. And the end of this game was the freakiest, creepiest, most disturbing shit I've seen in a Batman game. Anything Batman related, it's the most disturbing thing I've ever seen. And I played this late at night. I played this late at night after work. I was like, I had the walkthrough strategy guide, so I was like, I'm on the last part of the game. I'm going to beat it after work. I went home. I beat it after work. It was like 11:30. Took me till 1 o'clock, and I was like, I can't sleep. That is just nightmares. When the game does that to you, that's a big plus. It just keeps you thoroughly, it keeps you thinking about the game while you're trying to go to sleep, and, you can't sleep. Also gives you nightmares. Didn't get any nightmares, luckily, but it was pretty fucking creepy. Now, this game's gotten critical acclaim, just like Arkham Asylum, Arkham City. Arkham Origins, not so much, but this has gotten critical acclaim. But the big point of criticism for the game has been the Batmobile, and I want to talk about the Batmobile because I, too, kind of have mixed feelings on the Batmobile. The Batmobile is pretty much the Tumbler from the Dark Knight trilogy meets a tank, which is cool and all. I didn't want it to be like the tricked-out Hot Wheels from, like, Batman Forever or Batman and Robin. Those 2 shit movies that shouldn't even exist. But my whole criticism with the Batmobile is not the fact that you can use it to get around Gotham City. It's actually easier to get around Gotham City, and I understand that, there are some missions that do involve the Batmobile, and that's fine. But when you put too much emphasis in the missions on the Batmobile, it just detracts kind of from your gameplay. You just like, can I go back to grappling on rooftops like Batman really should, please? And it just comes with you can switch between like driving the Batmobile and this thing called battle mode, which makes it pretty much brings out like makes you strafe easier, first of all, and then it brings out like this big turret gun you can use to take down tanks. Somehow there's nobody manning those tanks, so you're not killing anybody. And it's like you run somebody over, oh, they're not killed, they're just, knocked out. So it's not really Batman, but they're keeping to the Batman policies of not killing anybody, which is good. But there are so many missions and objectives in this game where you just use the Batmobile over, you know, it takes precedence over everything. It even takes precedence over Batman sometimes, and I didn't really like that. Using it to get around Gotham City, yeah, that's fine with me. Sometimes, you know, sometimes I like to go on the rooftops, you know, grapple, be the Batman. Sometimes, you know, I'm just like, you know, that place is way over there. I'm just going to go grab the Batmobile and, you know, just drive there. Another point of criticism for the Batmobile for me, and it really pissed me off, it was really, really hard to drive. Not as hard as anything in Grand Theft Auto, though. Holy shit, Grand Theft Auto. I can't drive anything. The controls in those games are so messed up for driving. Alright, however, my point being is that you have to use the Batmobile in one part of this game to beat a boss. There's a boss battle that includes the Batmobile, and he's coming at you with a fast vehicle, so you have to use the Batmobile to escape, and you have to use the afterburner thing to, you know, escape. Makes you go faster, and there's all these obstacles, which is fine. There should be obstacles because it makes the gameplay challenging, but when you can't control the Batmobile after you go over these obstacles and stuff, yeah, that's a problem. You're trying to fix the Batmobile, and it, you know, it just slows you down. It tries to fix itself, and you're trying to fix it too. It automatically tries to fix the Batmobile for you, like get it back on course, but it just doesn't work. Literally took me like 2 hours to beat that part of the game. I was getting really pissed. I was like, I was ready to throw my Xbox One controller at the TV. I was like, can the Batmobile just, you know, why can't I just eject and go into this excavator thing and just beat the living shit out of this guy? In all honesty, it really made me not want to use the Batmobile, which is sad because, you know, we wanted the Batmobile in a Batman game, but it could have been done better. And speaking of villains, you know, okay, let's just put it this way. The story for Arkham City is better than the story for Arkham Knight because there's one main villain that has all this shit he's got to do. Not taking anything away from the plot of Arkham Knight, because the plot of Arkham Knight is still a really good plot, but I feel like at times this game grapples with who is the main villain supposed to be? Scarecrow or the Arkham Knight? Now, the Arkham Knight is an interesting character for me because that is a new character created specifically for the game. He's like Batman's equal. He kind of looks like Batman, but you can see he's like electrical and like machine. He's evil, he's menacing. But it's like Scarecrow is like the brains behind the operation, and Scarecrow's only in like, you know, like a third of the game. Half the time you're doing your missions, you have to come face to face with the Arkham Knight. You're chasing the Arkham Knight half the time. So it's like, what the hell is Scarecrow doing? The Arkham Knight is in, like, the whole game. So to me, that's just them, you know, facing a Christopher Nolan conundrum. Kind of like, who do we pick as a villain to follow up the Joker? Christopher Nolan went with Bane, and it was like, you know, yeah, Dark Knight Rises might have had a better story, but Joker was the better villain. This, I feel like it's the same thing, except, you know, the story's not as good as Arkham Knight. It's just like, you know, who do we pick to try and top the Joker? The truth is, you can't top the Joker. The Joker is the ultimate Batman villain. You can't top him. Still makes for a really fun first single player, I don't know, whatever you want. First player, single player, whatever you want to call it. Still makes for a great experience. Just kind of suffers from the lack of the Joker. However, the scope, Gotham City, is bigger than ever. It's a free world, you know, open world kind of game. You can roam Gotham City. It is huge. That's why you need the Batmobile sometimes to get around. You're just like, where is this place? I want to go collect all these Riddler trophies. And that's something that they bring back. They bring back the Riddler trophies. That's fun. Going around Gotham City trying to find all those Riddler trophies is really fun. And, you know, trying to do all the Riddler challenges, yeah, that's fun if they didn't include the Batmobile. But then you can go around to different parts of Gotham City, so many different parts, you don't even know where you are. And you could take down other villains like Two-Face and the Penguin and, you know, Edward Enigma, the Riddler, yeah. You can take down all them, and you can take down their thugs. That's what makes the game fun after you beat the main story. And the main story is not done once you beat the main story. Once you beat the main story and you don't do any of the side quests or get all the Riddler trophies and stuff, yeah, you're only like 30% of the way through the game. The true ending is unlocked once you get 100% of the game complete. That's balls. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna play through the Arkham games again, and I'm gonna do all the side quests. I've done some of the side quests just so I can like tell you about how fun they are here. I mean, yeah, they're fun. I don't want to spoil any of the side quests for you. But the other games, I'm gonna go play through all of them, try and get 100%, see if there's different endings for those. Because for all I know, there could be. Don't know. But maybe it's only this one because this is like the concluding chapter of the trilogy. And the game runs smooth too. I only experienced one glitch, and then I just had to replay that part, and it worked. It was fine. Oh my god, though. Holy shit. I feel bad for people who bought this on PC. That must suck. At least they're giving you a refund. Couple of flaws. The game is really good. I mean, the couple of flaws being, there's overemphasis on the Batmobile, sure. And the game really doesn't know who the villains are. I mean, well, who the main villain is. They know who the villains are, but they don't really know who the main villain is. But the gameplay is really smooth. The open world Gotham is bigger than ever before. There's much more to do in Gotham. All the side quests are pretty much varied. The Riddler challenges are pretty fun. Finding all the Riddler trophies are pretty fun. The story is really good. I do think Arkham City is the superior game. I think it's the best of the Arkham games, but Arkham Knight is better than Arkham Asylum. And Arkham Origins. We'll throw that in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and give this game a rating. And it kind of, sucks, puts a bad taste in my mouth, but I'm not going to give this game a perfect score, but it's going to be pretty damn close to a perfect score. I give Batman Arkham Knight 9.5 Dark Knights out of 10. Just because I think the game has flaws doesn't mean it's a terrible game. It's still a really, really good game, hence why I give it a 9.5. I just think Arkham City is the perfect Batman game. I feel like there's nothing wrong with that game. That's a 10 out of 10 for me. So how would you rate the Batman Arkham games? For me, I would go Arkham City, Arkham Knight, Arkham Asylum, Arkham Origins. What do you think? I want some feedback, so drop me a comment in the comment section below. And for more news and reviews on movies, movie trailers, video games, and TV shows, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. If you're on YouTube, hit the big red subscribe button, and welcome to Madden World. Signing off. Gonna go fight some crime.